Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to episode 39 with our very special guest, our daughter Claire.
Hello.
I don't know if you guys know her or not. We haven't talked about her a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
not at all.
And we've decided to embarrass her as much as possible.
Represent.
Yes.
But we just thought she has been a good topic for us to talk about. A lot going on. So here she is in person. And we just thought we'd just ask you a question.
We're going to interview you.
Oh,
yeah.
how exciting. It's like a talk show.
It is.
If you were a sandwich, what kind of sandwich would you be?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah,
A vegan one.
a vegan sandwich.
Exactly.
A not dog.
A not
Yeah.
dog, yeah.
Because people get upset when you call a hot dog a sandwich. But that'll be a topic for
Yeah,
a
that's
different,
another.
Yeah.
a different, very controversial episode.
I think I was just going to start out just by saying that before you went to school, obviously we were very nervous. And it's for thousands of parents going through the same thing, dilemma. Do you keep your kid home? Do they go to campus? And what's the right decision? We hoped for the best. It was the best. It obviously turned out good. She did not get sick.
I did not.
But just tell us about your experience, like what you expected going in there and like how it was like getting there and just trying to figure things out.
I really didn't know what to expect because, obviously I'm a freshman this year, so I didn't know much about, what college would be like, and especially in this time, not having a lot of in-person classes. I was kind of nervous that I wasn't going to meet many people, but that was not the case at all. I've met a lot of people, have a lot of friends, so
You're basically
that
in
was good.
charge now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
She did have an advantage of the hall that she picked going to school just turned out to be the best choice. They have music studios on the first floor that you can practice music in private, in small groups, and so tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'm in one of the living learning communities at my school, and it's the arts building. So that's really nice, and I got to practice. I play drums, so I got to practice a lot, and pretty much most people that go there play an instrument or do some sort of art, so it's kind of nice to have a lot of like-minded people in the same place, and that was great. I formed a band with some people, so that was exciting.
And you basically met them right off the bat.
Oh, yeah. It started out with I met my friend Julian on the second day as I was walking out of the drum practice room, and he was like, do you want to play drums for me while I play bass? And I was like, yeah, sure. So the next day we did that, and as we were walking out of there, we met 3 other people that were going into practice and talked to them, and we ended up staying there later and practicing with them, and then we got dinner, and it just kind of turned into a big group, and now there's 10 of us.
Social distance.
Yes.
Practicing.
Social distance, yes.
They did have a lot of rules in place over
Yes.
this semester. Was it difficult to deal with all that?
It was more annoying when other people weren't.
Yeah, we're playing by the word.
Yeah. For the most part, people did, especially in my building. People were pretty adamant about keeping with the rules, and my friend group was pretty serious about it, so that was nice.
Yeah, it took a lot to get used to wearing a mask all the time.
Kind of. Now I'm just used to it. I was even saying earlier today, when I leave my room to go to the bathroom or to the kitchen, I think I'm forgetting something because I always have to put a mask
In
on
our
when
house.
I leave. Yeah, even in our house.
Right.
You
I'm
come down to the kitchen with your mask on, you're like,
I
sorry, you're gonna have
almost
to-
did a couple times because it's now
Well, we were going to make you quarantine for 14 days when you came back.
don't
but
come out.
You have
Yeah.
to stay in your room for 14 days.
Countdown.
And how was not being able to eat at the dining hall and having to get your food and bring it back?
It wasn't that bad. One of the dining halls, or the ones that my friends and I went to the most, had limited seating. So when it got really cold, we'd eat inside, and it wasn't that bad. But during, when it was still really nice outside, we'd just pick different spots to eat outside, so that was really fun. And it was always, an argument, where are we going to eat tonight? People have different ideas. But
Yeah.
it was fun. It was always exciting. And we'd space out in, a giant circle. It was cool.
One thing I remember you did say is like not recognizing people because you couldn't see their face, and it was
Yeah.
just like,
Oh yeah, the first time we all had dinner together, it was so weird when people took their masks off. I was like, "Whoa, this is wild!" Like,
You saw what they really looked like.
yeah, exactly. It was crazy.
yeah, because you go pass them down, they're like, Claire, you didn't say hi, and you're like, and you are.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so sorry.
But I do think though the one advantage to that is because I've been a lawyer for a long time and I get tired of being a lawyer, so it's good for like the next phase of my career as a bank robber.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we started out wearing bandanas
Right.
before
Yeah.
we were doing the masks, and I thought there's one of two options: either I'll become a bank robber, or I'll start wearing an ascot
Right.
after this is all over.
That'll
Because it
work.
was a similar
Yeah.
kind of vibe.
Yes.
Both bank robbers and people who wear ascots generally steal from you. So. No, that's not true.
So how were your classes? So tell everybody what you went in thinking that you were going to do and how that's
Oh, yeah.
transformed.
So I went in with my major being elementary education, and all freshmen have to take an orientation class within their college. So my college was the College of Education, and I like started doing that, and I was taking another education class, which is actually really interesting. I'm still taking it now. But I was kind of like reading the material and just being like, wow, I don't really think I want to be a teacher. Like, it's really cool, but I just was like, I don't really think that this is for me anymore. But I took Introduction to Anthropology this semester and Forensic Science and just kind of fell in love with anthropology. And it was really interesting because I didn't really know much about it before I walked in. And so then at first, like the first week, I was like, oh, I should like minor in anthropology. Like there's all these classes I want to take. And then like a couple weeks later, I was like, I'm going to switch my major. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing a major in anthropology with you have to choose like a specific field, and mine is evolutionary biology of humans. So,
Oh.
yeah.
And so what do you do with that? Or just like learn stuff?
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in more forensic science stuff, and maybe osteology, like studying bones. I don't know.
Well, it could be worse. I majored in history, and the mother of a friend of mine said, it was kind of a nasty comment in a way. She said, "What are you going to do with a history major?" And so I felt like I had to defend myself. So I said, "I'm going to go to law school."
Yeah.
And here we are, 30 years later.
There's your answer.
Exactly.
Yeah. So maybe don't jump into anything.
Yeah, I won't.
But obviously
you
that's
want-
like the
Thinking
good part
about
of
it.
like going to college is like getting exposed to different things you haven't thought about or
Yeah.
things like that. So that's kind of exciting.
It is exciting.
And you're in a band now.
I am in a band.
We kind of skipped over that part.
Yes.
We talked about meeting friends and playing, but you're in a band.
I'm in a band. Our name is Double Van Gogh, and it's pretty cool.
There you
That's
go.
about it.
There's we mentioned our friend Garland Jeffries, a longtime musician, and he has a song that mentions Vincent Van Gogh.
Wow.
So you guys can. It's not really jazzy. I know you guys. Kind
We
of
do a little jazz sometimes.
I thought you did. No, I'm saying it's not jazz.
Oh, it's not jazz.
But
Yeah.
in any event, you'll have to play that song.
Yes, we will.
You don't
I'll
have to.
recommend.
You don't have to play that song.
And then you can tell them about your recording class because that was also music related.
Oh yeah, so in my dorm hall, they have like specific classes that only kids that live there can take, and one of them is digital recording and music composition, and so I signed up for it. It's pretty interesting. I don't think I will put it to much use after this, but it's pretty cool. I got to like do a lot of projects and mix different tracks that were given to us, and yeah.
You
I
can
really
maybe mix something in the future, like if Dad and I come out with a guitar album.
Yeah, for sure.
We're bringing our instruments down there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
We're gonna bring our guitars down
Yeah.
and join the band.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you were talking about that.
I know how to mic
Recording
up
class.
guitars and a lot of instruments.
I think we should do that. I think we should come down and bring the guitars. I can't play now because there was a kitchen incident
Yeah.
and I can't bend my finger very much. but-
Yeah.
Oh, and we also just want to give a shout out to Claire's friends because
Yeah.
hey, They
hope
have
you're
watched some of our
Yeah.
watched some of our episodes. So thanks for your support.
Yeah.
So now that you're back, the semester isn't actually over, right?
No.
So you're here for you're here for a couple months, right?
Yeah.
And then what's the worst part about going back next semester?
I don't know what is the word.
No spring break.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't have spring break. We got like 3 random Wednesdays off, so that's fun.
That's gonna be a long semester. So you go back January 25th, and then you end
January 17th.
well, your classes start
Right,
the
but
25th.
Yeah.
you have to be you have to go back the 17th because you got to get 2 COVID tests beforehand,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They're very, very strict about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gotten tested for COVID. I don't know how many times.
I counted, I think I've got 30 tests this
Yeah.
semester.
And there's an app that goes with that, so you have to show your app that you actually have tested negative before you get into buildings and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of disconcerting that they're already talking about no spring break. Like,
Yeah.
wishful thinking, but it'd be nice to think we'd be past it by March and it wouldn't
Yeah.
be much of an issue. But I thought that was interesting. I think a lot of schools are doing that.
But I kind
Yeah.
of like appreciate that instead of like getting kids' hopes up, that it's
Right.
just going to be a thing and then
That
just
is
pulling the
true.
rug out from under them and just being like, oh yeah, we changed our mind.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think so. But I mean, clearly the concern is they don't want people, they don't want
Leaving
kids
and
traveling.
then coming
No.
back.
Right. Well, leaving and coming back, but also like, going to Florida
Yeah.
or going, doing those kind of trips that
Cancun.
And I think that's
South Padre
also-
Island
Yeah.
or wherever
Yeah,
people go
exactly.
anymore.
I think that's also why the days that we have off are like in the middle of the
On
week
Wednesdays,
because they
right.
don't want like a 3-day weekend because kids can like
Be like,
do
let's
stuff.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who
crazy.
knows? I mean, maybe that'll turn out not to be. Maybe it'll turn out that they're being a little overly
Yeah.
protective, and by next spring, we'll all laugh about it. We'll all have a good laugh. But it is, well, it tells you, it's interesting. I mean, it tells you something that colleges and universities, places where they do a lot of research, are looking at it this way. They may know what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is a little worrisome, but.
And I think overall, I mean, just to have you go there where they did take it so seriously and, didn't treat it like, well, maybe this will blow over kind of thing.
Oh,
and
no, yeah.
kids were,
It was
it
definitely
made me feel
comforting.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they had a lot of rules in place, and they also enforced the rules. I mean, that's
Yeah.
those you had to have both. You can have
Yeah.
all the rules you want, but if you don't enforce them, then it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do anybody any good.
Exactly.
So are you happy that you went?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. We belong to a face group of other parents.
A
And,
face group.
a face group, Facebook group with other parents. And some kids have decided not to come back to campus next semester and just stay at home and things like that. Some kids who didn't go first semester are going to come the second semester, so it's just going to be new for them too.
Yeah.
But everyone's circumstance is different, and kids adapt to things differently. But for you to be able to, with all the restrictions, make the best of it, I think speaks volumes about like what an awesome person you are.
Thank you.
Because it's a hard situation. I don't even think I would have done that great with
Yeah.
all the, or maybe I would have gone in with it with more of a negative attitude, like this is gonna stink because I can't do X, Y, and Z.
Right. I mean, some kids obviously, if you're more introverted. Although, I was pretty I can't say the word for some reason. I was pretty introverted by the time I got to college, but I didn't have trouble making friends. But it was a little bit different though, because without all the restrictions, you could just sort of you could hang out. We hung out in different dorm rooms and everything like that. I think it makes a difference.
And you also
Yeah.
had the benefit of people from high school who went there, so it wasn't like you were
but it
starting from
wasn't-
scratch.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of people from high school, but like in the dorms, my roommate was a high school friend, but we met a lot of other people,
Yeah.
Right.
who just, because you're kind of all in the same boat,
yeah.
But I think that with the, these kind of restrictions in place, I think it was harder for if you were more introverted, I think it was harder to get to know people
For
as
sure.
well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Um,
And like you really have to try, like especially like the first week with like orientation and everything, like you kind of have to like be super extra, I guess, in a way, and like get
Tell 'em about
yourself
Adventure
out
Club.
there. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about Adventure Club.
Yeah, I'm in Adventure Club. It's an interesting time.
It
I had
doesn't seem
to
like they have any actual adventures, if I'm not mistaken.
They're called adventures. It's a thing,
Tell
you
them
know?
about your
Interview.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like signed up for Adventure Club thinking it was outdoor adventure club.
Like actual adventures.
Yeah, like rock
Hiking.
climbing, hiking, that type of stuff. It's not. I got like an interview and I was sitting there being like, man, like they're asking some weird questions. Like there was like, what's your spirit animal, and like act it out. And there's some like weird questions about like cartoons I'd watched growing up, like Phineas and Ferb.
A longtime favorite.
Oh yeah, it was a good show. And just like a lot of interesting questions, and I was like, what is going on?
What does that have to do with adventure?
Yeah, but like I
When
think
do we get to the rock climbing?
yeah, it turned out good though, because I'm kind of like good in those situations, I guess. Like I was able to like, I don't know,
Ad-lib.
make them laugh. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is kind of the point, I feel like. And so they're like, this is probably one of the best interviews we've had so far. And I was like, well, that's great. And I
you're
got
in,
in.
yeah.
Yeah. And so basically they split us into 4 teams. I'm Team Scarab. Let's go. My team was winning for a while, but
Did they know that we used to play all the Myst games years ago, and scarabs were a thing in the Myst game?
what? I didn't know that. I didn't know what
think
a
it was
Scarab was until
It's a beetle.
yeah, I know that now. I looked it up.
It was in the second one, I think, in Riven.
that's
Anyway,
cool.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
How to prove you're really old. When we talk about video games that came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
But this is all online, so all the
Oh, yeah,
stuff
it's
is
on
like all
Zoom.
Zoom.
Which is fun because it's really interesting, especially like the first few meetings. There was like 100 kids, so it was kind of crazy. It kind of, kids come in and out based on like how much work you have to do, because it's on a Thursday night, so it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I haven't gone to like the past 2, I don't think, because I've just been doing work, but it's a
Schoolwork
fun
out
time.
in the way.
Yeah, just a little bit. Epidemiology, my class, a lot of work.
Sort of
But yeah,
time.
it's pretty fun. We just do like games, I guess, and you're competing against the other teams throughout the semester, and then one team will win it all. And then I assume next semester, I don't know if we switch teams or what.
So it's kind of like America's Got Talent.
A little bit, just not a talent.
Well, and hopefully at some point you can actually do it in person.
Yeah.
That'll probably make it a million times better.
Yeah, it's kind of fun though on Zoom, not gonna lie. It's all
And
interesting.
You don't have to get up and leave your room. So
That
that's
is
nice.
true. I just kind of chill.
And Claire was also very lucky that her roommate is amazing. So
Yeah.
that is, if you haven't been in a college dorm room lately, they're not very big.
Yeah, they are some small rooms.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Although you crammed a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Although I don't know whether they're really smaller than when I went to college, or that I just take up a lot more space than they did.
Well, in my room was a
that's
little
a
bit different
possibility.
because when I went, I roomed with 2 other people, so it was a little bit larger.
Oh,
So that's
yeah.
it wasn't exactly maybe, but it was still probably just as tiny. But
Yeah. We make it work. It's not that bad.
that's so awesome.
So I have a question. So they brought football back.
Yes.
And my question is, how does a team like Illinois start the season 1-3 and then roll into Nebraska and blow them out 41-23 today?
I do not know.
I'm still like mystified. I mean, maybe Nebraska's not any good, but
Yeah.
I
it's
did not
still
know
Nebraska.
that either.
Illinois has not won in Lincoln since 1924.
Wow.
Holy cow.
So 96 years they won today.
That's
crazy.
crazy. Jinx.
Wow.
And I was wearing this sweatshirt in New York City in a bar when they beat Michigan State a year ago.
Wow.
So maybe that's luck.
So, but I wasn't wearing this earlier.
Oh,
But
okay.
let's just pretend.
Yeah.
For sure.
It was in the vicinity, so.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to wear it tonight, so I'm going to say that it was because
It
I
brought luck.
decided I was going to wear this sweatshirt. that
Yeah.
day. But that's pretty remarkable.
That is remarkable.
So when is there? I mean, how many games do they have left?
Well,
Isn't it 3?
there's only
more?
3 more. So the
Yeah.
reality is that, you know, they're the best they could end up was 4-4 on the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but still, I want to know why they did so poorly when they go to Nebraska of all places and win.
just blow it
Didn't
out.
just win; they won. It was like I said, 41-23.
Yeah.
There you go.
Someone needs to be held accountable.
We'll try to find out that later.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're not actually done with school, so you have next week off, and then you have finals here at home, and then do you know when your last day of the semester is?
No idea.
Okay.
Sometime in
before.
December.
Yeah, sometimes before Christmas.
we're gonna give you some exams too. We're gonna
Oh,
make
thank
up
you.
some.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
right.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna make up some tests and we'll
Nice.
report back.
But it'll definitely be nice just to be able to relax after that and just chill.
Yeah.
And we're so happy to see you.
And you won't get tired of us in 2 months.
Nope. Not at all.
And I'm like, and I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, right.
I'm just going to hang out in my room for now. We did kind of decorate a little bit because her birthday was last weekend, so we missed her birthday. So
Yes.
we did presents last night and got all that taken care of, which is good.
Yeah. The important stuff.
Definitely.
Right.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight on this very special occasion. And thank you. When we asked Claire if she wanted to be on, she was like, yeah. I'm like really excited.
We're
so
a
we're
little
just like,
surprised,
yeah.
frankly.
We appreciate
but-
it.
My
Yes.
friends watch, gotta like show off.
There you go. Thank
Next
you.
time we'll have your friends on.
There-
We'll
Oh, yeah,
do a
over
live
Zoom.
one when we go, sometime next year. We'll bring everybody.
Or we could do like a live and then one of her friends could join and then we can like have
Yes.
a conversation.
That's right. We'll do a Teams call and we'll record it. Just like work.
Oh, I don't want to hear about Teams. Every time I get added to a Teams, I'm like, no. So do you have any last words or anything about your college?
Any words of
your
wisdom?
Words of wisdom to any student who's like worried about COVID at school or anything like that.
Oh, no,
I'd
they
say-
graduated last year.
Yeah, just go to school. Like, it's fun. There's stuff to do. Go out there,
Nice.
meet people, join clubs.
That's all you can do.
Yep.
Great job. We're super
Thank you.
proud of you.
Thank you.
All
Yep.
right, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.